Now, we were talking about Jim's problem with the as he calls them, the stockerazzi.
This is the
phrase
that I coined.
They stalk you. He coined that. He came up with that.
Yeah.
So how do you handle it? What is the solution? Because a lot of folks would be interested in this. What do you do?
I've done this a few times now, and it's using a decoy.
I'm sorry, a decoy?
Using a decoy. It sounds so ridiculous, but it works like a charm.
Like a double.
It's fantastic.
Like a Jim Carrey double.
A Jim Carrey double.
Well, yeah, that's amazing.
So what I do is I send him off in one direction, sucks all the press in that direction, and I can just have my day. And
whatever you want to do.
Wherever I want, totally unmolested. It's fantastic.
Right. And, well, they say the best ideas are the simplest ones, and this really couldn't be more simple.
It really is amazing.
I'm sure it works.
Really works.
Yo, if you're skeptical of the whole Jim Carrey clone theory situation that everyone's talking about right now, I totally get it. It sounds crazy, but you should probably see this. Is the actor Jim Carrey right-handed or left-handed?
Jim Carrey is left-handed. He has been seen signing autographs and writing with his left hand, and he's mentioned in interviews that he's naturally left-handed.
Would you mind signing this, please?
I'm so late.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to see you.
The Grinch is one of my favorite movies.
Can I see this? Have a good night.
What do you think the odds are that he switches hands and goes back and forth and signs some autographs with his left and some autographs with his right?
Short answer, very low. The odds that Jim Carrey naturally signs autographs equally with both hands are probably under 1%, statistically speaking. Writing is one of the most lateralized brain functions. It's deeply wired. True ambidextrous signer. Very rare. If you saw him sign with both hands, that'd actually be a pretty interesting neurological flex.
All right, crazy question. If Jim Carrey was cloned somehow, do you believe he'd have the same dominant hand, or is it plausible that his clone would be right-handed instead?
So even with identical DNA, handedness can flip. If cloned, most likely outcome, left-handed, same as original, but absolutely plausible, the clone could be right-handed. A clone Jim Carrey might look identical, have similar temperament tendencies, but potentially write with his right hand. Biology is wild like that.
What I really want to explain to me is how an adult can just be cloned as an adult right away, because I'm pretty sure that when you clone something, it's taking their DNA and then you have to literally have it be a baby, which means Jim Carrey would have had to been cloned when he was a child, which doesn't make sense to me, but someone can explain that to me in the comments maybe. But in the Epstein files, there's a lot of emails about human cloning. So maybe your conspiracy friend isn't so crazy for asking questions here, okay? Jim Carrey has public appearances as well where he seems to be exposing the Illuminati and child trafficking.
It's time to check in with our friends, Tyler, Danae, and Fuzzy at Virgin. Good morning. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good. We're good, Jody, because we're very confused. We're hoping you'll hop in this conspiracy theory boat with us this morning that's completely taken over the internet and has to do with Jim Carrey.
Okay, walk me through it.
So Jim Carrey was honored with an award in France this weekend, a Lifetime Achievement Award. There he is. Looks like Jim Carrey-ish, but the internet is interneting and saying, no, this is not Jim Carrey. What happened? He had appeared on the Colbert Show just on February 6th. He looked very different. His hair was very short. So now everybody's like, what is going on with his face? And Fuzzy, your first reaction was?
He had some work done, right?
Yes.
It's Hollywood, and he had some work done. What else would it be?
Mm-hmm.
The conspiracy goes so much deeper, though, Jody, where people are suggesting this is either a clone of Jim Carrey because there's a slight variance to his appearance, especially in the face and eyes. There are even people saying that he appeared to be the wrong-handed, left or right. But there's also another theory that it's an imposter, Danae.
So, a famous makeup artist, Alexis Stone, posted this yesterday afternoon saying that they were Jim Carrey in disguise. Now, this makeup artist has done some incredible transformations in the past. You got that wig, you got what maybe is Jim Carrey's face if it's on a head. So now they're taking credit for the entire thing. But Tyler, you're kind of going super internet and you're kind of on board with the clone thing.
I think the clone thing is the most fun. And I always believe, and I know I'm saying this, on a network known for first-class information and accuracy. But I think sometimes you don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey cloned, you heard it here first.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay, well, him and Dolly the sheep, I think it's obvious. So, yes.
Honestly. So we'll wait. We're keeping an eye. This is a developing story. We need to see the video transformation of that makeup artist that's taking account of the entire thing, and then maybe that'll be the proof there.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on this.
I don't exist. So they're all characters that I've played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character, right, because I thought I was just building something that people would like. but it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now.
Jim Carrey was in Paris for the Caesar Awards, and he made this like big red carpet debut. His first time since 2022. He said he was retiring from Hollywood, and nobody seems to be talking about anything but his face. Everyone thinks that it's a clone. He had major plastic surgery done. All anyone is talking about is this poor man's face. And to even muddy the waters further, Alexis Stone, who's this like uber famous SFX makeup artist and drag queen, posted on Instagram that they were in Paris as well, and they're known for dressing up as celebrities for like red carpet events, runway shows, etc. And they posted pictures of what appears to be a Jim Carrey prosthetic and like fake teeth and makeup, and then posted on Instagram a photo of Jim Carrey with the caption, Jim Carrey by Alexis Stone. So now people are freaking out thinking that this was Alexis Stone dressed up as Jim Carrey. And if you didn't think that was crazy enough, there are some wild conspiracy theories that Jim Carrey has been replaced by a clone because he was talking too much about the Illuminati and Hollywood kind of kicked him out. People are like zooming in on his eyes, being like, these are not the same eyes, these are not the same teeth, this is, his cheekbones are higher, etc. I think that's ridiculous. None of this has been confirmed. I personally think it was Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey finally speaks out after the internet's wild claims. Didn't believe me? Take a look at this.
Answer this, please, Mr. Jim Carrey. Every fake news is saying you are not Jim Carrey. That's true or not? Please, give answer. After Epstein files, you actually say something. That's true or not? Are you true? You same man?
The day after the César Awards, where social media would not stop dissecting his appearance, he's suddenly out in public, signing autographs, standing with the press, letting cameras get up close. Now here's why people are talking. Online, there were wild rumors questioning whether he looked like himself at the awards. Again, just internet speculation, nothing confirmed. But instead of ignoring it completely, he steps out the very next day and is seen interacting with fans. And here's the interesting part. Jim Carrey is not known for doing tons of autograph sessions. He's never been the hang around with the press for long periods type. Historically, when Jim popped up publicly, he would joke with reporters. He would play into absurd questions. Sometimes he'd even laugh at the chaos. But this time, he's quiet. No dramatic speech. No sarcastic punchline. No leaning into the joke. Just signing, moving, minimal engagement. And that silence, that's what people are now analyzing. Is he just choosing not to entertain conspiracy talk? Is he unbothered? Or is the internet overthinking completely normal behavior again? Because now the conversation isn't just about the awards. It's about what happened after.
Jim Carrey has been honored at France's César Awards, and, well, he's apologizing now for his poor French.
Comment était mon français? Presque mediocre, no?
Jim Carrey made a rare public appearance to receive this year's honorary award at the 51st edition of France's César Awards. He delivered his speech entirely in French and then apologized for his unpolished French-speaking skills. He told the crowd, I'm just learning it and my tongue is tired. Following his appearance, the internet really exploded. Did you see this with the debate over his appearance? You didn't? And whether it was actually Jim Carrey who received the award? Experts say Jim Carrey's change in appearance makes sense. You know, we haven't seen him in a while. He's older.
What thing that looked like Jim Carrey to them?